The old Turks lived around there for thousands of years. They were these nomads riding horses around steppes and sustaining their lives raiding China or somewhere, because why not? And sure, they were often known to be good warriors. They practiced shamanic rituals, using totems, shamans and things to worship nature. Yet, there was not a solid religion. Turks were living as separate tribal organizations, but they were unified under different Turkic nations several times. Generally, one influential tribe takes over the charge saying obey us now, and the other guys say okay and remain inferior until they get strong enough to challenge the other guys and say obey us now. This will be one of the main problems of the Turkic states. And there were these Turkic groups. The Seljuks and the Ottomans were from the Oghuz branch. Once upon a time when there was no kebab, no Turkish ice cream and no Erdogan, the Oghuz Turks crossed Transoxiana. They started their journey through the prosperous lands, because why not? I bet they are not going to invade Persia. After the Battle of Dandanakan, Seljuks created a huge state. They moved to different places they found it sexy. In due course, Seljuks and later the Ottomans moved to Anatolia because they thought it was a sexy place to live in, and it was. For the time being, the Turks established different countries in the area. Some of them adopted a sedentary life. That's interesting. Seems like we are not controlling the deserted lands anymore, said the Seljuks. Let's try something new so that we can run the cities better. So you're a trusted member of my dynasty? Or you're a commander who conquered this place? Well, I allow you to govern the city and have the taxes. But gather your troops and join my army when I call you. And last, don't be a jerk and stay loyal to me. They call the system İkta. I hear some of you are already saying, this is feudalism. Nice shot, but it's not. Feudal lords own the lands themselves, but in İkta, the lands belong to the state and you can change the governors. The Seljuks conquered and consolidated more and more lands thanks to this system. They were so powerful even the Caliph recognized them as the protector of Islam. Hey, wait a second. They used to worship nature and they now believe in Allah? Yep, the Turks started converting to Islam by the 8th century. Question 3. Why did they convert? Actually, there are strong reasons for them converting. Merchants, loose nomadic tradition. Turks recruited by the Islamic armies. Do not mention the Arab slaughtering Turks yet. The Turks are highly influenced by Persian culture and Islam. The official language of Seljuk itself was Persian. So the Turks came all the way from Central Asia and became defenders of the faith. And they were more than ready to clash with their brand new rival, Byzantine Empire. Byzantine Empire at that time was being invaded from both east and the west. Normans, Slavs, and some other groups were causing disorder in the west already, and some eastern parts were lost to Arabs. Count the internal struggles as well. Is it the year 1071 yet? Because we are going to defeat Byzantine Empire and start settling nomads in Anatolia. Anyways, they got lots of land and there was a huge population influx into Anatolia. Even though the Byzantine Empire recovered some lands, they were not powerful enough to kick most of them. The settlement of the Turks seemed to be permanent, and it actually was. Seems you can't push Turks out yourself, right? Maybe call the Pope to launch crusades. This is exactly what happened. Even though several crusades kind of succeeded, the Middle East and the Holy Lands remained under Muslim control. Okay, the Seljuks were an empire, but they're gone entire. Hey, at least one of the Seljuk dynasty members managed to establish his rule in Anatolia. It's the Seljuk Sultanate of Rum, or Rome. They won't be as strong as the Seljuk Empire. There were dozens of princes that are fighting against each other when their father died. Even though they were weak, the Byzantine Empire couldn't punish them even though they wanted it so much. Remember the Pope launching crusade against the Infidel Turks? This time, they decided to invade Byzantine Empire and establish their own empire. Because, why not? The Crusaders invaded and sacked Constantinople and the Latin Empire was established. Yet the Byzantine Empire continued in several places like Nicaea, as the Latins were not able to capture. Half a century later, a powerful commander named Palaiologos said that's enough boys and kicked the Latins out of Constantinople. He established his own dynasty and became the emperor. But this fourth crusade weakened them so much. They struggled to fight against Seljuks and later Turkish base in the area. By the way, what's a beylik? Bey means chief and lik means them. So beylik literally means chieftain. Seljuk commanders conquered some lands and ruled them as long as they were loyal Seljuks. These small governors in Anatolia are called bey, and their realm is beylik. So they kept fighting for the throne and the Mongols arrived in Anatolia. The Seljuks were defeated and they became a tributary of the Mongols. The state is much more weak now. In the following years, totally loyal beys in Anatolia are looking for a chance to enlarge their own realm because the Sultan is too weak to question their loyalty. One of them being Osman, totally unaware his sons will invade the universe. He is going to start capturing Byzantine lands one by one in another video. By the way guys, I am working really hard on the next chapter, reading thick books and animating. Your like and subscribe mean a lot as I build this new channel. And it was the late 13th century. The Byzantine Empire was weaker, Seljuks were disorganized, and the local Turkish beys were fighting against each other including Osman. And let's skip to the Ottomans. There are debates about how did they end up in Anatolia, but according to the traditional story, Arams were living around Khorasan in Persia. Around 1220s, they moved west due to Mongol threat. They asked Seljuk Sultan to settle them somewhere in Anatolia, and they were given some small lands. At that time, there was Ertuğrul. After he became successful against the Byzantines and conquered these places, Seljuks gave these lands to him. This is, again, the system. He is replaced by his son Osman, and Osman will establish the Ottomans in the following years, which is generally accepted as 1299. They are not that significant compared to the other powers in the area. Yet,